Okay, I'm just gonna start the video. This is all gonna be cut out. Hi, I'm Cath, or Magicath if you know me from online. First of all, thank you for watching the video and for sending in the questions. This is awkward. I didn't really think anyone would because I'm not really confident in my ability to people, or being on camera. But I wanted to try this and talk a little bit about my writing, my college life, and whatever else comes up in these questions. Just so you know, my roommate and my boyfriend picked out these questions for me from your guys's responses and stuff. So if there's any questions that didn't get chosen, blame them, not me. Yeah. Okay, so first question. This is from Quietly Introverted. How did you survive living in the dorms? I'm already stressed out about having to share a space with someone I barely know. Survival is a bit of an exaggeration. I mostly just survived on granola bars and mint gum for about a month and a half before my roommate kind of pulled me into eating with her and visiting some more. All my life I lived with my twin, Ren, and she's more comfortable being around people than I am. So yeah, I'm getting better at it, but I really enjoyed just learning more about everyone. Okay, next question. Dorm Room Drama asked, was there ever a moment when you just wanted to leave and go back home? How did you push through that feeling? Yeah, there was a lot of those. I'm not used to not being around my family. I grew up again with my twin sister and my dad, so I just never really learned how to be by myself. But I've made really close friends here in college, like my roommate, my boyfriend, and a few other people in my writing class that I've enjoyed really talking to, and yeah. Just a Fangirl asked, moving away for college seems so overwhelming, especially when everything feels so different. What helped you when you felt like you were drowning in newness? I've always really enjoyed just being able to talk to my family. So when everything got overwhelming, I would just kind of resort back into a safe spot for me, such as my dorm, put in my headphones, listen to music, or the library. The library became a very close space for me, just my little corner of the world where no one bothered me or I was interrupted while being there. But it was definitely just finding the small routines in my life, like going to lunch with my sister, calling my dad every night, stuff like that, really. Cath, how did you write Baz's internal monologues like that? It was so raw, I felt like I was intruding on his soul. You have no idea how many times that I would start writing and then I would have to completely scrap it because it just didn't fit the idea that I wanted to go through, like the monologues and stuff like that. But there's a lot that I've written and then I've just never been able to fit into any of my works. But there's quite a few that I wrote a few years back and I put into current works. So if you catch anything that's unusual for my writing style of recent, then it's probably something I've written in the past. Writing Under Stress asked, did you ever feel like your writing wasn't good enough for the college assignments? I'm terrified my work won't be taken seriously. Yeah, really all the time, because I have such a huge surrounding of people online that I was scared that in a professional setting my writing wouldn't be taken seriously. And yeah, you just have to find what you're confident at and what you're good at, and it really helped being able to make new connections in college, and my college professor, even though she was a bit tough on me, really helped me find my voice. Snowmaster asked, okay, but be honest, did you know Simon was gonna kiss Baz from the beginning? Or did they hijack the story and take over your soul like they did mine? Yeah, kinda unexpected on my part. They just became their own characters in that moment. But yeah, it was really, I had a lot of fun writing that scene. Hi, yes, excuse me, chapter 42, were you trying to kill us? I haven't recovered and it's been 2 weeks. That balcony scene was actually illegal. Also, I'm rereading it again and again. That was from Baz's boyfriend. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to kill you at all, it just came out that way. Thank you for reading. Yeah. Procrastination Queen asked, how did you balance everything in college, like writing, classes, and life? I'm already overwhelmed and I haven't even started my first semester. Balance, it wasn't really good at first. College felt like too much all the time, and it took me forever to really step out of my comfort zone. Like I said, I lived on granola bars and mint gum for a month before I got pulled out of my comfort zone. The only really thing that felt close to home for me was writing, and even then it took me a while to get used to not always being able to resort back to that. One thing that was difficult for me to balance at first was my boyfriend. His name is Levi, and we just didn't really click into place at first. I thought he was my roommate's boyfriend when I first met him, but he's just so chill and relaxed to my kind of uptight personality, and there was like some difficulties at the start, and I was scared he would get tired of me eventually, but he just kept pulling me in and reminding me that I'm a good person. But yeah, and it wasn't the fact that I've tried to find balance, but I was just trying to find what made me feel like me instead of fearing everything toppling over to one big ball of mess. Awkward in the dorm. Was it weird having a roommate you didn't know? I'm moving in next week and fully expecting to cry under my desk for a month. Yeah, no, I was pretty much the same. Like I keep saying, I really did not step out of my comfort zone for a while. Reagan, my roommate, she seemed kind of aloof at the start, and it took us a while to get along, but she's really the one that pulled me out of my comfort zone in the beginning and made me really learn how to be comfortable in my body and everything like that. So I really appreciate her, and I get the feeling of wanting to cry into your desk. It's difficult moving somewhere new, but you get used to it. Fictional Fanatic 92 says, Cath, I've been following your writing stories for years, and I've always wondered about your co-writer. You mention her sometimes in your stories, but I'm curious, how did your sister, who's Ren, influence your writing, especially when it comes to Simon Snow? Was she the one that helped you get started, or was it more of a solo thing for you? I noticed she's kind of disappeared lately. What's going on there? So, like I said previously, Ren wanted to step out of her comfort zone whenever we first went to college. She kind of changed her looks. She just really became more comfortable in her body while I was still trying to find myself when we went to college. Yeah, she was actually the one that got me into fan fiction in the first place, and we co-wrote together She's Ren Says. It was a lot of fun, but like I said, she wanted her own life, because when you're twins, you're really close together always. So I now get the feeling of her wanting to step away and grow up on your own rather than everything together. I really do miss writing with her, though. She still reads my stories whenever I post, but I still hold on to that, and I'm doing better now that I've become my own person. But yeah, thank you for the question. Last question. Simon X Me Forever posted, do Simon and Baz still live in your head rent-free, or have you moved on now that you're writing original stuff? Yeah, they still live in my head rent-free. It's not visible behind me, but I have some posters of them, and I'm still really big in the fandom. And they'll always have a special place in my heart, even if I stop posting about them for a while. They're the thing that really made me step out of my comfort zone and become my own person in life, and how I connected with so many people online, especially you guys. But yeah, definitely really helped me get through this first year of college, and is still an amazing part of my life. As I continue to grow, they'll grow with me and everything like that. So yeah. Thank you everyone for the wonderful questions. I have a mess of papers now on my desk, so I'm gonna get this cleaned up and I'll figure out how to edit this video and make it make sense. In the meantime, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, day, whatever, and I'll get back to posting about Simon and Baz very soon, as soon as I get out this video. But yeah, look out for the new chapters and have a wonderful day. Bye!